Hi folks, welcome to Moon Hoax, NASA's rover never went to the moon, volume 3-17. Now, in volume 3-15, we took a look at all the rovers and examined for any tracks behind any of the wheels, just like you can see on this rover here. And amazingly enough, for Apollo 15, not one single case did we have a rover showing a full set of genuine tracks behind every one of the wheels. In volume 16, I dealt with the tracks for every one of the Apollo 16 rovers. And again, the same as Apollo 15, we never had one single rover that had a full set of genuine tracks behind all the wheels, folks. Not one at all. Now, folks, let me say, that volume 16 really did ruffle some feathers amongst the NASA nutcases. I sent that video to a mate of mine in the UK, and he replied, "Excellent, Bill, they must hate your guts." What I immediately had with that, folks, was the mentally insane idiot Astrobrandt, under the idea of Butch Tropic, firing both barrels like hell, insult after insult after insult. He played hell. He denied that he was Astrobrandt. Now, as I've showed you in the previous two videos, what you've got here on the bottom half of the photo is the tracks as they would be if they were made with a genuine wire mesh wheel. Notice the indentations are 45 degrees to the line of travel, and there is no center line down the track. Okay? Now that's what they should be like if they were from a genuine wire mesh wheel. However, look at the tracks above, and there are numerous of them. You've got a center line down the middle, which is impossible, and the indentations are 90 degrees to the line of travel. Now that is impossible to have been made by the wire mesh wheel. It's simply airbrushed in on a computer using Photoshop. There's no genuine tracks behind this rover. What you can see is a small section behind one wheel that's just about 1 foot to 2 foot long. But there is no distinct tread pattern in it, is there? Now look at this one, AS17-133-20251. Now this is only 2 photos on from the last one, and there you can see the shadow of the aerial dish. But where's the other shadow gone? Where's that gone, folks? Now what I've done for you here is, as I usually do, is crop a section right behind the wheel. And there you can see behind this one wheel there is one piece of what looks like a bit of track. No distinct patterns in it. And why is it so short? But I'm going to show you now a little bit further to the right and show you that there is other lines which can be mistaken as tracks. There you are, further out to the right. What you can see here is 2 lines. They've got no pattern at all from the tread on the wire mesh wheel. And if you look at these 2 lines, just study them, folks, they are not even parallel. They are just fake airbrushed in lines to make them look like rover tracks. Okay, the next one in line, AS17-133-20342. Now let's take a close-up of this one, shall we? See if we can see any tracks here. There you are, folks, clear as day, right behind the rover. There is not a sign of any track whatsoever. And there's also no sign of the numbskull Bertie Slack's boot prints that were supposed to obliterate every track behind the rover when you can't see them. And here is a crop section between the 2 wheels. No sign of any tracks, only 3 boot prints, but there's no way they could have obliterated any track between these 2 wheels. Now, the numbskull Bertie Slack would say you can't have a track here in front of the back wheel, but if you've got any brains, you'd know you'd get a track from behind the front wheel. Okay, we're now with AS17-134-20378. Another fake photo folks, and there's the proof in front of your eyes. It's been photoshopped. Now, coming to Photoshop, look what I've done with that photo here. I've added some more text on it in green. Now, how many times have I told you lot in the past that these photos were made in the 90s and 2000, or even later than that? I told you all time after time they were fake photos done using Photoshop. Now read that green text and it gives you the date that CS3 was introduced. Now every photo I've showed you that's been photoshopped, it's all been done with version 3, as you can see in the yellow text. As you can see above, that wasn't introduced until April 2007, folks. So there's your proof, folks. This photo was made in the year 2007 or after. And with this one, it's got a pair of tracks going right through the center of the photo. Let's take a good look at them, shall we? There you are, folks. The tracks in this photo. The bottom one, you can see one side has got the indentations 45 degrees. The other side of the line has got them virtually 90 degrees. But the top one, no 45 degree this side, just 90 degrees all the way on the top side. 100% fake tracks, folks. Okay, we've now got this one here, AS17-134-20379. The next photo on the reel. Only difference, it's supposed to have a different astronaut. But, as you can see, this one as well has been photoshopped, and it's got exactly the same track lines through the center of the photo. And exactly the same as the previous photo, folks. The tracks going through the center are 100% fake. There you are, take another look again. Okay, we'll now take a look at this 17 rover, AS17-134-20421. And again, as you can see, it has been photoshopped, folks. Now, let's take a closer look, shall we? As you can see from this photo that I've cropped, there is no tracks whatsoever behind the back wheels and none between the back and the front. So the front wheels couldn't have made any tracks here. But look what's coming up. There you are. To give you a closer look, I've cropped between the two wheels. Can any of you see any track here which should have been laid from the front wheel if it was rolling? And what have we got on the wheel the other side, folks? Again, the face, two eyes and a nose or a mouth. One of the whistleblower's favourite clues telling you, examine this photo because it is fake. Okay, here's the next photo. AS17-134-20443, the next one on the reel to what we just looked at. And as you can see, this one as well has been photoshopped. And coming up the same as the previous photo, folks. There you are. No tracks whatsoever between the wheels. So what do you think so far, folks? As of yet, we have not found one single rover that's got a full set of genuine tracks behind the wheels. So we now come to this one here. A real classic, folks. AS17-134-20506. This is going to be the most convincing photo of them all that NASA's rover is fake and never went to the moon. Now I want you to pay particular attention to the cropped section of this photo coming up, folks. There you are. Look at that track there. That track is seen to coming down a dip to a lower level, coming from the right to the left. Now, keep it in your mind. Pay particular attention to this section of this photo, folks. Just look at the track there that seems to be coming down that dip. The indentations on the right side are 45 degrees to the line of travel, but on the left side, they are exactly 90 degrees, and as you can see, there is a single line through the center. Now remember what I told you about that. Okay, we now come to this photo here, AS17-135-20544. 38 shots on from the previous photo, folks. And as you can see, the tracks in this one are 100% fake. 90 degrees one side and 45 degrees the other side. Okay, here's the next on the list, AS17-136-20758. Now, we'll take a close look up at this one, shall we? Right behind the rover, but also note what I'm showing you here, it's been Adobe Photoshopped. So let's take a close look behind the rover, shall we? There you are, folks. No tracks whatsoever behind this rover, and none of Bertie Slack's obliterating boot prints all over the place. Okay, we now take a look at this photo, AS17-137-20875. Now, no rover here, but as you can see, we've got tracks that need to be examined, and as you can see, the photo has been photoshopped. Okay, here it is again. Something very interesting in this photo. Now, you can't get better whistleblowing than this, can you, folks? We haven't got a rover, but we got two tracks. Now, as you can see, I've got marked here the bottom track, bottom left hand corner. The track is absolutely perfect, but on the right hand side, despite the fact it's got one half showing 45-degree indentations, the track itself is fake because the other side are 90 degrees. And the track above is fake as well, as you will see in the crop photo coming up. There you are, there's the bottom left hand corner, and as you can see, the track is absolutely perfect. Not the same with the track the other side. There you are, here's the right hand corner. Despite the fact that you can see some 45-degree indentations underneath, the main part of the track is all 90 degrees to the line of travel. And as you can see from the top track, they are all 90 degrees. They are going straight across, just under the letter E. They're going straight across, folks. 100% fake track again. Here's the next one on the list, AS17-137-20979. And as you can see, no tracks at all from the rear of this wheel, and no tracks at all in the front of it, which would have been made by the front wheel had it been traversing. Now, here's another popular photo, AS17-140-21354. Now, many have claimed that they cannot see any tracks around this rover at all. You even got Marcus Allen showing it in his videos. But what you've got is the mentally insane psychopath Bertie Slack claiming there's no tracks visible because they've obliterated all the tracks by stamping them out with their boots. Well, let's take a look at this rover a bit closer up, shall we? Now, there's a close-up behind this rover. There does seem to be some very strange indentations in the ground here from astronauts' boots, don't you think? But looking at it closely, can you see any sign of any track that would have been there? Well, we'll take a closer look again, shall we? Well, there you are. I've gone right up close to the wheel. You can see right behind the wheel here and in front of it. And can you see any sign of any tracks or any sign of the mentally psychopath Bertie Slack's boot prints? I certainly can't. So there shows you again, the man is a mentally insane idiot and he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Okay, we're now with this photo, AS17-140-21368. And as you can see, loads and loads of Bertie Slack's obliterating boot prints behind the rover. But let's take a closer look, shall we? There you are. They haven't obliterated all of them, Bertie. There's some tracks left here. The only thing, as you can see, the indentations are 90 degrees to the line of travel, so they are fake. Okay, here's the next one on the list, AS 17-141-21512. And as you can see, no visual tracks here, so let's take a closer look, shall we? There you are, no tracks behind the back wheels of the rover, and no tracks between the front and the back wheels. Again, another fake rover, folks. And another thing, Bertie, you can't say they carried this one, because the astronaut is supposed to be driving it. And here's a close-up one to show you. Can any of you see any tracks there, folks? I certainly can't. The next one, AS 17-142-21730. Again, another one with no tracks behind the rover wheels. And here's a crop section of that rover, giving you a better view at the back of the wheels and between the wheels, folks. Okay, the next one on the line is this, AS 17-143-21836. Again, no tracks at all, and as you can see from the close cropped photo, definitely no tracks behind this rover whatsoever, and none of Bertie Slack's boot prints. Okay, here's the next one, AS 17-143-21856. And again, we've got no tracks behind this rover, as you can see, coming up. There you are, there's a close-up. No tracks at all, folks, and none of Bertie Slack's obliterating astronaut boot prints. Okay, here's the next one, AS 17-143-21924. And let's take a close-up behind, shall we? There you are, folks, no tracks whatsoever. Not even a boot print. Okay, here's the next one, AS 17-146-22345. And we'll take a close look at behind this one, shall we? There you are, there's a close-up behind the rover. No tracks whatsoever. Yes, you've got Bertie Slack's boot prints behind the right rear wheel, but what about the left rear wheel, Bertie? And take a look at the centre of this wheel. What have we got? We've got the whistleblower's clue again. 2 eyes and a mouth. Now here's an interesting one, AS 17-146-22367. Now here's a photo that another author, hunchbacked, used in a video of his. He challenged the pans, tell me where the tracks are behind this rover. And what do you know, folks? Along came the mentally insane psychopath Bertie Slack with a debunking video stating that there are tracks behind this rover. So let's take a closer look, shall we? Now, if you take a close look behind this rear wheel, you can see what appears to be a track. But is it a genuine track? There's definitely no indentations on it, and it doesn't go very far. It only goes about 2 or 3 yards. But there is something else to note here. And that is, it's impossible for this rover to traverse and leave a track behind the left rear wheel and not leave a track behind the front right wheel. So let's take a look at these wheels really cropped up close, shall we? There you are, there's a close look up behind the left rear wheel. You can see what appears to be tracks, but are they just airbrushed in tracks to fool idiots like Bertie Slack, or what? I don't see any track indentations in them at all, and they don't seem to be going very far. So what about this wheel, the front right wheel? Can any of you see any tracks behind that wheel? There definitely is no tracks whatsoever. So how the hell can a rover traverse and leave tracks just behind one wheel and no tracks behind any of the other? Completely fake, Bertie. The tracks you mentioned are just being airbrushed in using Photoshop by the photo lab staff. Hunchback, you won the day again. You were correct, and the numbskull Bertie Slack was, as usual, way off the mark. Incorrect again. Now we come into something very, very interesting here with this photo. we are coming near to the end of the mission. AS17147-22527. Now, there have been a couple of thousand photos done prior to this one, folks. But take a look at it. I mean, this rover is incomplete. They're now saying that this has just been taken out of the LEM. And as you can see, it hasn't got the tool rack on the back, and it hasn't got the aerial dish, and it hasn't got the front camera. And according to NASA, they're supposed to be just trying it out. Well, what the heck did they use for all the other photos we've been looking at, folks? Now, as far as the tracks are concerned, yes, you can see what looks like visible tracks behind this rover, plus another set further back. But what about taking a closer look at them, folks? There you are, taking a close look at them, you can see they're definitely fake. 90 degrees to the line of travel. But now, something real special, folks. Look what I've done. I've cropped along the front of that rover and the LEM. Now what you can see in front of you on the LEM is supposed to be the compartment that they unloaded the rover from. Well, do you think it's possible that you could have got a rover into that little small compartment there? But the most important thing, folks, how did they unload the rover and not leave a single boot print or any marks in the ground from the rover settling on the ground? Did they levitate it out or what? Now, folks, apart from this final photo here, that just about wraps it up for all the rovers for Apollo 17, where we've been trying to track the tracks. And as with the previous two missions, as you can see, we have not got one single rover that's got genuine tracks all around the rover as they should be if it was traversing. So there's further proof that NASA's rover is fake and not on the moon. So now, what about this final photo here? This is supposed to be the last photo for Apollo 17, the rover, where NASA claims this was where they left the rover, the final resting place, before they walked back to the LEM and came home. Now, what I can tell you, many people have questioned this rover. I've seen another site where they question it. Why does this rover look different to the others? What is wrong with it? Something is not right with it. There's a lot they can't understand about this rover. Well, I can tell you, folks, this is another classic that to explain all the faults with this rover would make this video too long. So what I've decided to do is just concentrate on the tracks for here and now, and then do another video specially for analyzing this photo and fully explaining what is wrong with it. Now, first glance at this photo, what you can see is there is not a single track anywhere at all around this rover, folks. So, to get round that, this is another one that NASA claims they wanted to do some drilling or something under the rover, so they picked it up and they carried it, they moved it. That's what Bertie Slack states as well. They picked it up and moved it. Well, I'm going to show you in a future video that that is a load of lies. There you are, folks. No tracks whatsoever behind the two back wheels, and notice in front of the right rear wheel there is no track from the right front wheel. No tracks whatsoever, folks. Now, like I said, I don't want to waste any more time on this one here because there's too much work in analyzing this photo. I'll do another video coming up explaining why it is 100% fake. But there you are. We finished the study for the Apollo 17 rover tracks. And like the two previous missions, we have not found a single case of a rover having a full set of genuine tracks, folks. 100% fake, same as everything else NASA states.